Okay. So we should be back. Oh. Just checking everything's okay on the streams. Right. Just drop into Psyche's private group. Right, okay. So Twitch Inspector tells me that there might be a stability issue on the stream, but I'm not seeing anything else that indicates that. But if anybody should notice any issues, please do let me know. I think it's just because I took the stream down. Yeah, it's saying it was unstable for 21 seconds and that's not getting any worse. Right. I think we're back. I think we are in Elite, where last time we had just handed over a load of painite that we got from a double painite hotspot. Now as we're in a... No problem, Fabio. Thank you for the like on YouTube. As we are in Empire space, and I am still working on my Empire rank, first thing we're going to do is check for any donation missions.
Incoming mission critical message.
Okay, so Imperial 78% buy count. Nice. Right. Thank you for that follow, Parker, on YouTube. That's much appreciated. Hi. Good to see you. Right, so I think we are going to return to trying the panite mining, but what we're going to try and do what we are going to try and do is give ourselves an hour and see how much we can make, kind of a time. I'm sorry. I wanted to restart the stream when I switched from Pathfinder to Elite Dangerous, because otherwise YouTube has it as one video with 2 games in, and I wanted it to be a clean break between the 2. So I do apologise. Right, so let's just confirm. I'm well, thanks. How are you? I trust you are well. Also, let's just get this right. You didn't know. Oh, still this one, is it? A poker is a streamer. Let me just see what Nightbot is set to. I was watching a poker's Dragon Quest stream, I think it was the other day, and it was actually rather good. So I would highly recommend, if you fancy it, taking a look at the stream. Let me just see what my shout out command is currently set to. All fine, nice weather, bit of gaming, and now zapping on Twitch. Cool. Sounds like a good day. Right, so looks like Nightbot wasn't signed in. Why the command was not working. Yeah, I really enjoyed that Dragon Quest stream, by the way. I would have to try and catch it again. I didn't expect the story to take the direction it did, and that's got me intrigued. So there we go. Cool. Yeah, it's good fun. Right. So let me minus tools. Okay, so Hyades sector. So I'm in Carthage. Apologies, you won't be able to see this. Okay, so Hyades. Was I at a Hyades sector last time? Yeah, I was. So we were here and we were mining. And according to this, if we go back there, there's a location 38 light years away. So we're going to return to Hyades sector. But before we do that, see if we can get this ship a little bit better optimized for the quantities of material that can be made. Huh. There's not really any more that we can take out of there unless we drop some collector limpets or we drop the fuel scoop, neither of which I want to do. Okay, so in terms of inventory we are empty. We going to need, so what we will do is once we get in the system and drop into the Poundite double hotspot, I will mine for an hour. I had too many limpets last time, so we'll go with a few less. And it's 6 jumps. And we'll see how much money we can make. In an hour and a half before, or thereabouts, we made 172 million. Which is better than you would expect to see from Void Opals, where it would be between, say, wouldn't be too far off, but I wasn't going at it as quickly as I should.
Landing restraints released. Depart when ready.
Landing gear retracted.
So let's do a second run and see if we make a real effort how much money we can make in an hour. Oh, cool, data. If you don't mind mining and you haven't seen these double Poundite hotspots, this might be instructive for you. But please feel free to ask any questions. have to replot my route because I bought 120 tons of limpets. And that's changed my route. Got no clue about this game. Do you like space games at all?
Frameshift drive charging.
Parker. Because this is one of the best ones out at the moment, and has been for a couple of years, in my opinion. People's mileage may vary though, so.
3, 2, 1.
Keeping you busy, did a bit of E, but that overloaded you. I've never tried E, but I do get the impression that there's an awful lot to it. There's a fair bit to this game as well. And it can have a bit of a learning curve. X4. I'm intrigued by X4. But this is an MMO, whereas X4 is a solo game.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, X4 looked intriguing. I thought the reviews were a bit mixed as well, but I've seen some streams of it and it looked alright. It depends how much it was costing me.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So yeah, this game allows you to do various things. You can trade, you can explore, you can fight. It's also absolutely huge to the point where the player base is unlikely to explore every system in the game before the game finally comes to an end.
System scan complete.
Which is hopefully at least another 6 years away. That's because there are 400 billion star systems in the game. And the player base over the last 4 years has explored considerably less than 1% of those systems.
Fuel scooping complete.
Because it's a life-size Milky Way, basically.
Frameshift drive charging.
And what we're doing today is some mining. 1 to 2 Sundays. Yeah. It's I don't think any player will explore 1% of the galaxy in their game. At one point we were working out that if everybody in the game just went exploring systems and didn't repeat the systems, so that we weren't sort of like treading on each other's toes, we would probably finish about the time that 3300 and this game's timeline actually came about.
System scan complete.
So it's a big game.
Fuel scooping.
Just a Lone Star. Hello there, Zerg. Good to see you again.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Ooh. He's a white dwarf. Uh-huh. I think that's outside. I think I'm gonna have to yep. Gonna have to scoop from the cones and boost my jump.
Warning. Frame shift drive operating beyond safety limits.
I'll just supercharge the ship.
Frame shift drive supercharged.
Now we can make a single jump further than before.
Warning. Temperature critical.
It'd be good if we didn't burn the ship up getting away from the white dwarf though.
Frame shift drive charging. Four, three, two, one.
Gonna drop back into a double planite hotspot, give myself 1 hour and mine as much as I can. I want to get a comparable hourly rate for the double planite hotspots against void opals, because I think these are more profitable than the void opals. So we'll certainly do some mining there, and we might even go and blow do some void opals as well if we can find somewhere suitable, but that could be next stream or next elite stream. Of course, if there's any pirates in the asteroids, we will not be running away from them. Yeah, I'm reckoning that, you know, in my experience, void opals give you 80 to 120 million an hour. I think panite is definitely, double panite is more than that. I mean, some of the things on YouTube are saying 250 million an hour. No problem, Apaka. You lurk away, and I hope the food is nice. Last jump before where we're going.
Fuel scooping.
Okay, so just in case people are not aware, there are various tools developed to help people with aspects of Elite Dangerous. That URL will take you to a tool that will help you find things like double panite hotspots. Type in your reference system, type in what you're looking for, and it will tell you both where to go to mine the stuff and also where you've got a good sale price. And this system here is one of the ones with double panite hotspots.
Frame shift drive charging.
Specifically, Planet 2.
Four, three,
Okay, Zerg. Yeah, fair enough. Right. So if I remember correctly, this is the one we want, Planet 2. Which is a ringed water world. Which is a rarity in and of itself. Also, this is as far as I'm aware, it's an empty system. Yeah, there's no bases here. A nice, quiet little out-of-the-way part of the bubble. Recommendation. So while we're just flying over here, let's just, we want to remove that bookmark. I've gone with the Anaconda. Cool. That's where we're going to be selling, apparently. Yeah, Anaconda. We've got mining lasers for mining surface deposits, seismic charge launchers, because some of these can have cores, so you might want to crack some rocks open. And of course abrasion blasters. And I've got subsurface displacement missiles as well, although I'm not very good with them. And some weapons, because there's a good chance there will be some pirates. Not many, but usually even out of the way places like this, when you drop in, the game spawns you some pirates. Oh. Okay. Press the wrong button. Here's a lovely ringed water world. We just have to find our double panite hotspot. That's at 0.5, that one's at 0.44. So if we aim for that, so that's a panite hotspot. And as you can see there, that is a panite hotspot, which means the two of them overlap. So we'll target that one, so we've got a directional indicator when we're in the rocks. And basically we aim for the point between the two. Don't have to be too accurate about it because there's a lot of overlap between these two hotspots. And we just drop in. First things first, get our bearings while we wait to see where the pirates are going to appear. Indeed they do. There's our reference point. Lovely view of the planet. Okay, no pirate ship. That is someone. Ah, there they are. How are you, folks? Now, currently, I am not carrying anything of any value. Yeah, and they're actually heading away from me. Well, if my competition out here is 2 eagles and a sidewinder, and I've got a huge beam laser and 2 large multi-cannons, I'm going to tear through them like no one's business. Yes, they would. So if they'd come to me and scam me, they would leave. They might still stick around and reappear later on though, although sometimes they just jump out straight away. They consider you not to be worth the effort. Right, so traditional old school mining will work well here. Let's just take a note of the time. It's 4:30. It's our starting time. There is no need for me to look specifically for cores or for bright asteroids with surface features. However, you know, we'll keep an eye out for everything. So we've got something in the distance over there which we'll head towards, but in the meantime we'll check out these other rocks. Starting with this one.
Cargo skin deployed. Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet engaged.
Granite, 5.26%.
Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone.
Not in a place like this.
Prospector limpet failed.
Normally I would mind that even for 5% panite.
Prospector limpet engaged.
No panite.
Asteroid scan complete.
I need to get past this rock, so we'll head to this one.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet
Panite, 43%. So normally,
asteroid scan
when you were mining in pristine metallic rings before, you might find 1 or 2 rocks like this one. I've brought 120 limpets along with me. It will be used for collectors and prospectors as required. So about half my cargo hold. Usually I would carry about 3/4, but this place should be so rich in panite that last time I would just ended up throwing limpets away. So I've come out with a bit less. Here we go, the panite is starting to roll in. So there's that big rock. So hopefully we can reacquire the bright one we saw. Okay, we're going to have to get past this big rock. I use the size 4 refinery, the biggest one I can get for the maximum number of bins. So yeah, this has got 8 hoppers, I think it is. Yeah, 8 hoppers. This ship is meant for strip mining, basically. can we find that bright rock again? Okay, so basically what we should just be able to do is fly up to rocks, prospect them, and most of them will have panite in.
Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged.
15%. Okay.
Asteroid scan complete.
Make sure I'm not going to fill my hold up with gold, because that's considerably worth considerably less. We're up to 12 tons of panite.
Asteroid depleted.
Right. So that's bright. Now, second pulse. Some black lines. Could be interesting. Should have some surface features. Those lines, if they get thicker, it might even have a core. Yep, I ignore everything but the panite when I'm doing this. Normally, if I was in yeah, that's it basically. So in contacts, see it says remove gold from the ignore list, add panite to the ignore list. So you can adjust those as required. Right, that's an even better rock. Okay, we'll start with this one. We have to be very careful on our... It is! Duncan McLeod. It is indeed. I'm trying an hour's mining in here to see how much I can make, so I have a comparison for what I got from void opals before. Right.
Asteroid scan complete.
Granite, 52%. So we strip off the surface. Well, we use the mining lasers first. There are a couple of collectors down, so it was 8 jumps from where I was. This is in the bubble. Let me just finish stripping the rock and I'll show you where. Void opals is good. The double panite hotspots, what people are saying is it makes more money. In an hour and a half not going at it particularly fast, I made 172 million. Which is why I'm doing this comparison and I'm being a bit more focused. So we are in the bubble, as you can see from all the damaged stations and such like from the Fargoids. Yeah, like Deciats over there. So yeah, it's basically, it shouldn't be far to get to. Right. Now I am rubbish with the subsurface displacement missiles. However, that worked. Yeah, that I can believe it. I can believe it, Duncan. Particularly once someone's got their hand in with it. That seems about right. Okay, I might be getting my eye in with these. Yeah, I start off saying I'm rubbish with these and then I get 3 in a row. We're up to 31 tons of panite in 10 minutes from arriving in the rock. Sorry, in the ring. Void opal mining, this kind of mining, if you're looking to buy the big ships, absolutely.
Delegate expired.
Okay. I think I used up my my luck with that. Let's find this other rock. That one. Second pulse. Maybe.
Prospector limpet failed.
It isn't anymore. 63% panite. I have never seen a rock with 63% of anything.
Programming limpet drone. 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 Programming limpet drone.
Yeah, I've seen rocks at 53% before. I've never seen one at 63%. That's exceptional. Right, those are all subsurface deposits. So don't want to. Cool. Okay. Ooh. That looks bright. That's got some very nice lines. Right, that's our new target. This rock here.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged.
Panite 11%.
Asteroid
Bit low, but why not? Fortunately, I'm not losing limpets here, so that's good.
asteroid depleted.
Right, okay, just got to find that rock again. is the problem with asteroid fields. You get turned around. I have not. No. I've managed to avoid doing that.
Programming limpet drone.
I don't think your mining laser can actually destroy your limpets. Other weapons can.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Oh wow, okay. I've been lucky then. I've mined that one, I can see the cracks on it.
Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone.
We are up to 49 tons of panel.
Prospector limpet engaged.
We have a panite core. Brilliant.
Asteroid scan
Right, first order of business in these cases. Use the mining lasers. Now my display seems to be bugged there because the overall minerals remaining percentage is not going down. Right, the reason my limpets are no longer going out to collect anything is that's actually done. Other stuff is indite, so average, high, high, average, low. That one. Seismic charges. High charge into a low strength.
initiated.
What are you? You are also a low strength. Don't want to use you in case I have to restart. Put a high charge into this one. Cool. Yeah, certainly. Aiming is quite simple. I start with a low strength fissure, I put a high charge into it. Then I'll go for an average, and then I'll use highs or averages. So that was a high charge into a high strength, so we're almost at the optimum yield now. So we want an average if we can, and we want to put a low. There we go. So you see the 3 bars on the side of the reticule for aiming. The longer you hold down the trigger, the stronger the charge. And so what I start with is a high strength charge
Detonation in 10 seconds.
into a low strength fissure, and then a high strength charge into an average.
Instant destruction.
And then it's just a matter of seeing where I am in terms of getting to the optimum yield and adjusting from there. But because you can have to restart, but any fisher you used is then not available to you. I do tend to prefer only using one low strength fisher to begin with and then switching to the averages and the highs. And now it's just a matter of using the abrasion blasters. So we are up to 64 tons of panite. And bear in mind, at the right market, every ton is going to sell for 700,000 plus credits. Right, this is where it gets a little hairy because we have to go into the rocks. Okay. Hopefully that will have a clear run into the cargo hold now. That depends on the rating of the collector. A rated, about 10 minutes. However, when you're doing things like this, they can end up ramming into rocks, so you'll be lucky if you get the full 10 minutes out of them. Yeah, I mean, I had 9 out, I've lost 3 doing this. So definitely go for the A-rated limpet collectors, no matter what size you're going for. Okay, that one there's got some nice black lines on the second and subsequent pings. But along the way, we'll drop a prospector into this one.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Oh dear. Put a prospector into this.
Prospector limpet failed. Asteroid depleted.
Okay, I've mined that one. I'm going back on myself. Oh, look at those black spots.
Collector limpet expired. Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed. Asteroid depleted. Collector limpet expired.
Yeah, I've gone back on myself.
Asteroid scan complete.
Is one of the problems in asteroid belts like this, particularly just going around potentially looking for cores and such like, you can get turned around very easily. So let's use that hotspot over there as our point of reference.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged.
17% panite.
Programming limpet drone. Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
We're 25 minutes into the test. 69 tons of panite.
Asteroid depleted.
Hello, it's Curlo. Thank you for the raid. Lots of incoming gingery nonsense. Hello everyone. So I'm SilmarUK. Some of you may know me because I do hang out in Curlo's stream as well. I'm a variety streamer on Twitch. Oh no! How are you, Curlo? My message was deleted by a moderator. I'm not sure what that was all about. Apologies. Yes, I primarily do Elite Dangerous and Pathfinder Kingmaker RPG. Although I'm thinking about it in a bit of a Elder Scrolls Online. And today we are doing an hour timed run in a double panite hotspot to get an idea of how profitable they are.
Prospector limpet engaged.
10% panite, we'll take it. So please feel free to ask any questions. I am having a wonderful weekend. Just so happens that today is my birthday, so it's been pretty cool. And yes, I do like the bobblehead scuba. PK, have fun with the double panite hotspots. They are indeed profitable. Thanks, folks. And thank you for the follow, Amel Herrix, Stus Aikadenti, Commander Spinex. Thank you for the follows as well. Right, that's not the direction I want to be facing, that's the direction I want to be facing. And thank you all for the birthday wishes, folks. That is also very much appreciated. So yeah, this is a... Wow! First try! I'm glad to hear it. Oh yes, Commander Eyes. Mining is a lot more fun. We might get some calls in here. Oh, okay. Just sent out. Press the wrong button. Thank you, Sonic Scriver. 52% panite rot. Earlier on I got one that was 63%. If you've done Elite Dangerous mining, you'll understand why that's pretty extraordinary. Is that the case? PK, excellent. Yeah, this is one of the noted systems. Cause, Commander Eyes, thank you for the follow. And Even Star, thank you for the follow. Or Even Star, sorry. I will show you if we find one, but basically you use seismic charges to blow the rocks apart, and it's a lot of fun. A hell of a lot of fun, to be honest. Right, but I've already doubled back on myself once, so I'm just trying to use another hotspot as a sort of a direction finder. Because there's nothing more annoying than going to rocks you've already done. Ooh, there's a bright one in the distance. Oh, don't want to fly away too quickly. I'm still collecting granite. And we're up to 80 tons in half an hour. Each of which will retail for over 700,000 credits. So it's a lot of money. Right, cool. So we're going to head towards this one in the distance because it might have a core. We will head towards the one in the distance when I come out of reverse. So, as we get closer, we will hopefully see some black lines start to appear in this rock that we're heading towards. It depends on the type of mining. This one doesn't look like it's a good candidate for a core. I'm not liking the number of black lines we're getting. There's not enough. Pristine metallic for traditional mining, but basically you want to use the new surface scanner on rings, and you want to find hotspots, and sometimes hotspots overlap, which is what we're in now. 38% granite, we'll take that. So yeah, I do indeed. If you just finish stripping this one. Okay, we're not going to crash into anything. So, just bear with me a moment, folks. Use this URL. That tool will take you to a site. Yeah, I'm still getting bits and pieces sorted out. That tool allows you to type in a reference system. It'll tell you for various types of mining, including void opals, where your best place to mine is and where the best selling price is in relation to that that's reasonably close. So it's a very useful tool. Right. Where's our hotspot? We will stop off at this rock that we saw. So I could be wrong about it not having a core. It's got features. But there should be lots of black spots in it by now. And there are not. Silent Make. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. Apologies if I just butchered your name. Please correct me if I got it wrong. Right. No core, but 52% panite. Ooh, there is a surface feature. Aha. That's a panite surface deposit, so we'll have that as well. We got 25 minutes to go on this run before we go and sell up. So There we go. Surface deposit. Over 109 tons. Can we do 110? Yay, 110 tons. Right. Where's our reference point? Back to our pulse scanner. See, the thing is, you know, the double hotspot area, it shouldn't have to go too far to find the rock worth mining. So don't focus too much on cores. The cores are so much fun that, you know, I am looking for them.
Prospector limpet engaged.
8.3% per mile. Nah. Not rich enough for me. Not here. Let's keep an eye out to the sides. Because the pulse is spherical, not straight ahead.
Asteroid scan complete.
Okay. Just had a 60% one. Nice. I hadn't seen any of that rich before, and I've seen a 63 tonight, which was very happy to meet that rock.
Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone.
Oh, keep doing that.
Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged.
I'm forgetting to switch over before I pull the trigger again.
Asteroid
This is an anaconda, JDev. I find the anaconda is an acquired taste because obviously the cockpit is set quite far back, but it works for me. So I've got this is probably the best mining ship I've got. I am working on getting the rank for a cutter. The cutter would be a better mining ship than this.
collector limpet expired.
Okay, I'm in a bad position. Let's move. Oh, they just ran out of time. Oh, and if you like your photography in Elite, a good thing about this system is the planet I'm mining around is a ringed water well, so it's quite spectacular.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
Anacondas make good mining ships, I feel.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged.
Oh, unusually, no colour. I'll take that one then.
Programming limpet drone.
Rear Admiral is the federal rank, and that is the one you need for the Corvette. It's the equivalent Imperial rank.
Prospector limpet engaged.
8.3%, awkward position. We won't take that.
Asteroid scan complete.
Yeah, the Anaconda's nose is a problem for some folks, and I understand why. Absolutely. Especially if you've got used to something like the Aspects or the Crate.
Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged. Programming limpet drone.
Again with that mistake.
Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged.
Yeah, Zerg. And PK. Yeah, I mean, different ships are good at different things. It is very much a matter of taste. Like the Federal Assault ships and that, they're good combat ships, obviously, but I never use them. Let's just finish stripping this rock. give you an idea, JDev, I've got the right keybind. So, cool. So this is the Anaconda's combat. As you can see, it is extremely roomy. Set up for 3 people. Right. Let's see. I think we're starting to come into the shadow of the planet.
Programming lifted drone.
Oh, the FDL is great. And I recently got the Corvette Fubar and I do not regret the effort required to get it. It's a brilliant combat ship for me. 50% platinum, but only 5% planite. Now, normally, under old school mining, I would have been very happy with that lot. But, it's not good enough here. So...
Prospector limit engaged. Asteroid scan complete.
It's going to get dark. Time for some night vision. Yeah, having flown the Corvette now, PK, I can understand why you spend a lot of time in it. It's good fun. So we are up to 117 tons.
Asteroid scan complete. Programming lifted drone. Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet
51% per night. First time I went into one of these, I brought the usual amount of limpets, about 3/4, and I had to discard a load of limpets because the place was so rich. Which is not a problem, but it's worth bearing in mind. Dessert 21, good evening. It is a good problem to have, yeah. And Zerg, you're quite right. You absolutely need to have considerably more than the purchase price to properly outfit the ship. 3 times is an excellent rule of thumb for that. Particularly if you want to take it into combat. I may have something interesting up ahead. Possibly a core. I've took about 50% of my hold this time. And we will see how I do. But I think that, because usually I would have taken 3/4. Hiya Subsonic. The mining is going well. Yeah, the Corvette is a bit of a specialist ship, Fubar. It excels at anything to do with combat. But I'm really not sure what it's good for apart from combat. We had a Colo raid, Subsonic, so there are peoples. Right. First ping, it was just bright. Second ping, we have some black lights. It's not getting very thick though. That's... yeah, that should be more spotty by now. Yeah, Web Captioner has some interesting ideas.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Bit of a waste of time that one, unfortunately.
Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet failed.
Ooh,
Prospector limpet engaged.
congratulations, Siren.
Asteroid scan complete.
Enjoy the Corvette.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged.
And that's 11% panite.
Asteroid
We'll take
scan
it.
complete.
Because we got another one we can check next to it. So 46 minutes in. And we're up to 130 tons of panite.
Asteroid depleted. Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet
So,
failed.
see what we got here.
Prospector limpet
33%. Our gamble paid off.
asteroid scan complete.
Right. Be aware, by the way, something I had to discover. We've got about 12 minutes before my sort of testing hour is up. At which point I will make a note of how much panite I got. Be aware, you can see the minerals remaining there goes down quite slowly. If a rock has a core, it goes down very fast. I think that might be an adjustment that FDev have made, just to stop rocks with cores being absolutely ridiculous. Because if you got the same number of fragments from the mining lasers as you would from another rock, plus the core on top, it would be double what a rich rock would give you, maybe more. So I wasn't expecting that, but it seems to be the case. But given how rich cores are, it makes sense. So. $142 tons. Head this way.
Collector limpet expired.
I've got some black lines forming there. Probably going to be worth a look. But first of all,
Limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed.
It depends what you're looking for, Subsonic, but yes, there is more to it.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Um,
Programming limpet drone. Asteroid scan complete.
I think that was a Halloween Fox Puzzlewood. I believe that was something they did at Halloween. I'm not sure if it's still in the store.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
So the trick that I would advise you to do with the pulse scanner is surface features like surface deposits, subsurface deposits are nice, but what you're really looking for is cores. And one way to find cores is to keep the pulse scanner held down continuously while you're looking. So first pulse, we start to get some bright ones, but the follow-on pulses, depending on your distance, you can start to see black lines appear. So just while this finishes off, I'm just going to stop the scan. So that rock right ahead of us, first pulse, it's just bright. The black lines and spots don't appear until the second and subsequent pulses. And they only appear if the pulses are quick enough, which is why it's best to just hold it down. Now, if they get really prominent and they're not on this rock, then that probably means you've got a core. This means you've got surface features. Maybe subsurface, but not a core. So, the thing is, the pulse scanner doesn't tell you anything about the percentage of panite that you can get from a mining laser. That's just a case of fire prospectors into things. So this will have features, but I don't think it has a core.
Scan complete. Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged.
5% panite. Right, we got a couple of very bright ones over there. Oh, we're quite a way away, and there's some
Cargo scoop retracted.
black lines already showing on those two ahead of us. They're very bright. Now we head towards them, and the black lines start to get more prominent. I've done a quick tips video, yes. That one is probably not going to give us a call. I will drop a link to it.
Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone. Prospector
Yeah, I've
limpet
started up a YouTube channel. There's archives of my streams.
engaged.
Right, cool. We'll mind this. There's archives of my streams, and there is one tips video at the moment. I will be doing more, which is this technique. So Zerg, well said. I will provide a link momentarily. Okay, would help if I was doing things properly. So the best place to look for anything from me is my main website, which is collections of links, YouTube channel, blog articles as I write them, and there's a little blog article on some tips for mining, and there is a link in that to the YouTube video which will show you, and that is the URL of the website. So if you go there and have a little look around, you will find an article which explains this, and you will find links to the YouTube clip I've got up about it. Right, now all I've got to do is find that second rock again. Okay, I've got myself turned around. That one. Okay, the black lines there as we're getting closer are getting more prominent. Sometimes they fade away. This one isn't. Don't know if it's going to have a core, because sometimes you find them, they've got really, really deep black spots. So I would say I wouldn't want to call this one. Let's see. No core, but it's 43% panite. We have 4 minutes of our test hour left. Right. Couple of subsurface panite deposits. So yeah, I'm going to be writing some tips, articles, YouTube clips. It's just a matter of finding time to do all the things I've got plans to do. Never enough time. Right, could that be the core? Or could that just be the way I've already come? Shape is also a factor. You can start to recognise the shapes of asteroids that will have cores. If it glows brightly, it's the right shape and you get the black spots as you get closer, you can be almost certain that it's got a core. Hello there. We did Pathfinder for the first 2 hours and I switched over to Elite. Unfortunately, not being able to stream on Thursday because I was too ill, I decided to do 2 back-to-back streams. So, in Pathfinder we found Lindsay's printing press, by the way, so... Right. Yeah, not sure this one's going to have a core either. I would guess not. Yeah, I don't think that's got a core. Am I right or wrong? I'm right.
Programming limpet drone. Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet failed.
Indeed, that's what she's planning on doing.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Come on, for our last drop.
Complete.
You can do better than 6%, I'm sure.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid
Right.
scan complete.
Yes, Lindsay was very happy with her printing press in Pathfinder.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed.
Right.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Right.
Asteroid
That's our hour up. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and sell this 164 tons of panite. As you can see, it's really dark out there without the night vision. And then what we'll do is we'll actually pop back and I'll try and find one with a core so that we can show folks who haven't seen that before what all the fuss is about with cores. But as this is a time test, I want to stick to it. So we've been in the double panite hotspots for an hour. Given she flinched, yeah, she did steal the funds from the treasury. This is true. Good thing I like Lindsay, and that I'm a good ruler, not an evil one.
Cannot comply.
Oops.
Frameshift drive.
See how much money we made.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Oh, and before we leave here, let me just show you what the hotspots and double hotspots looks like. For folks who may not have tried these new mining tools. So that's the hotspots. And double hotspots. So there's one, that's a panite hotspot. And that's a panite hotspot. Basically, just aim between the two hotspot markers, halfway between them, and you'll drop into where it's the double hotspot. And you don't need to be particularly precise. So if I just go a bit further away. Should be a bit easier from this distance to see. So all hotspots are circular, and generally speaking you can drop anywhere in the hotspot and you will get an increased abundance of the minerals. So that one ahead of us, that's a good example of what they normally look like. But you can see that they overlap sometimes. And there's two there overlapping in one huge one. Right, let's go see how much we've made.
Frameshift drive charging.
So 2 jumps to the sell-off point. And according to the mining tool, 7 minutes ago, that was the place we're going was given 770,000 credits a ton.
Fuel scooping.
Let's grab ourselves some fuel.
Warning. Temperature critical. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Nothing particularly interesting, so we won't take the time to scan.
Deployed.
Alright, this is where we're going to sell.
Frameshift drive charging.
So let's just check where we're selling in this system. Oswald Ring. I'll get a link to that mining website onto my website as well. So I want to basically have a list of really useful resources there. A lot of good stuff in Elite, but trying to keep track of it all isn't easy. Oswald Ring. Right. This is where I get to meet all the pirates in the system, probably.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Okay, that's system authority. So, just in case, we'll get ourselves set up for combat. Adjust the pips. Federal gunship. Can't tell any more about it than that, except that the angle it's coming in at could be used for interdiction. So that gunship might be a problem. Okay, it's dropped off the scope. Maybe not. Yeah. Unfortunately, as this ship is outfitted for mining, its offensive abilities are somewhat reduced from what they are normally. A certain number of hardpoints have to be taken up with mining kit. But it's still got all its normal shields, so it will win most fights even now. Federal gunship, where are you? I don't know if he's trying to get in behind me or just happens to be travelling to the same place as me. We'll see. I've dropped off the scope again. Get more speed, given that we are slowed down. Is that gunship still out there? No. Unlike Colo, I fly FA on. FA off is something I want to try at some point, but I'm not as good a pilot as Colo is, so...
Scan detected.
May as well obey the speed limit. Right, so once we've sold this up, what I'm going to do is head back to that ring. Actually try and find some cores. I need to get my eye back in for finding rocks with cores. Right.
Ship is on the ground. Ground crew dispatched. Greetings, Commander.
Commodities. Sell. 777,000 credits a ton. 127 million for an hour's work. That's pretty good. So we'll take that. I'm happy with that. That's actually an hour and a half last time I got 172. So I have a better hourly rate this time. Cool. Right. Let's just see. I don't think. There's anything really interesting here. None of these, I wouldn't want to take any mining missions, they're just not going to pay. Yeah, it's definitely worth doing this. So we're going to nip back in. I'm going to have to restock on them pits. You expect a present? If it was real money, I wouldn't object to that, but it's not, I'm afraid. So we had 120 tons last time and we didn't use it all up. I could replace my fuel scoop at the moment with more cargo space, but I'm not going to worry about doing that this time. So, although the location of the double panite hotspot will not vary, the places which are offering a good price for it will. So, you do have to keep an eye on that.
Landing restraints lifted. Exit the station quickly and safely.
See if we can't find a core.
Flight assist off.
I only do very basic FA off flying. Things like this.
Flight assist on. Scan detected.
I shall have to do the whole corner thing that Kodo does on a station at some point. Wants me to replot the course.
Left the no-fire zone. Be careful as there's landing.
Drive charging.
Right. So 120 plus million an hour from double panite hotspot. I haven't tried the multiple low temperature diamond hotspots yet. I don't know if they will be as profitable. And I'm not sure if there's any double void opal hotspots. And Lordy knows what they could be like. It says in the tool that double hotspots don't matter for core mining. So basically, low temperature diamonds can be profitable, but in my experience, if you want to make money, go for void opals or go for double panite hotspots.
Fuel scooping.
But I will try the double low temperature diamond ones and see if that changes.
Disengaged.
Yeah. The key thing would be if that caused an increase in the number of cores available.
Shift drive charging.
Seems to be unclear if that's actually the case. This will be going towards the outfitting of a cutter, and for the numerous bribes required for me to raise my imperial rank to the point where I can buy a cutter. I mean, I only have about 2.5 billion in the bank at the moment. That's, you know, woefully low. Right. So. You know, one becomes used to the finer things in life when one has a fleet of ships. Right, so I'm going to be carrying on for a little bit. To be honest, what I'll probably end up doing is stopping about 6:30. And yeah, let's see if we can find anything with a core in. Well, you would think so, Zerg, yes. And that's something I think is worth testing. If you could employ people in-game to do these things for you, yes, absolutely. Unfortunately, that's not the way the game works, so you still have to do it yourself, even when you're a billionaire. Yeah, I'd like to see that tested actually, because that's what I would have thought. That a double void opal hotspot would have more cores in. I think it's worth a bit of testing that. On a good run, I was finding between 7 and 9 cores in a void opal hotspot per hour. So that would be your benchmark, I think, or at least it would be for me. Really, Zerg? Nice. Yeah, there's always been these squadron ships. We still don't know much about what's intended there, so it could be a good idea. Could be a very good idea. Right. If I remember rightly, it's the one we're going to want. So yeah, Panai, in between them. So, somewhere about there. Okay, so we have another ship.
Scan detected.
Okay. Bye.
Target shields offline. Under attack. Scan detected. Target
Right, who are these
destroyed.
other ones? Wing of 4. Novice. Novice. All novices. They're flying away though, so I want to find cores. If they come back later, I can blow them up then. Right. So we're going to need a marking point. Lock this in properly. Lock destination. Cool. Right, so we start to get some rocks showing up a bit more. Left and right of my reticule, we've got a couple of ones that look like they are somewhat bright. So we'll stop. We'll go towards this one first. Not really very prominent, but bit more.
Programming lifted drone.
Right.
Prospector limpet engaged.
47% granite. Well, we're not going to
Cargo
turn that down.
deployed. Asteroid scan complete. Programming lifted drone. Programming lifted drone. Programming lifted drone.
Right, just so that we can see the pulse scan better, we will go with lights rather than night vision on this occasion. Yeah, they are. That won't make much difference though. They're novice rank, they won't stand a chance against this shit. So it will be entirely their affair if they wish to die. That wasn't a lot. 2 tons of granite? Right, sorry, have I not finished? Yeah, I've not finished. Stop using the mining lasers too early. Right.
Asteroid depleted.
What else is out here? Oh, not finished loading up. That one in front of us is quite bright at distance.
Cargo scoop retracted. Cargo scoop deployed.
No, not really prominent enough. bit more interesting.
Cargo scoop retracted.
Over time I've got used to flying around these places at night, so
Programming limpet drone.
I suspect no core in this one.
Prospector limpet engaged.
No core, but it is 53%.
Asteroid scan complete.
And those will be surface deposits, which are nice and easy to get to.
Limpet drone arrow. Deploy cargo hatch. Cargo scoop deployed. Asteroid depleted.
It varies between the different rings, but yes, you are right though. Particularly for the icy ones when you're looking for void opals, they are very popcorn-like. Oh. Caption seems to be having a bit of a problem. And they should be back. Yeah. Back on the game window. Tons. Yep, 30 tons of panite already. Which is extraordinary compared to how it used to be. Okay, so bright rocks.
Cargo scoop retracted.
One showing through all the others over there. Yeah, there's a few bright ones coming up. Reflecting off another one. No, that's just a dim one. Okay. Maybe a candidate up ahead of us. Possible. Another one up beyond, just beyond this. Yeah. Not sure.
Cargo scoop deployed.
So we'll drop a prospector into
Programming
it.
limpet drone. Prospector limpet.
And we have a core. So first things first, when you blow the core, all the other deposits
Scan complete.
will no longer be accessible. So first thing is to use the mining lasers. Then if you want to do any surface deposits or subsurface deposits, you want to do them next. So we were at 30 tons. Jackie B, thank you very much for the follow on Twitch, that is appreciated. Oh, okay, I forgot that the mining lasers would deplete a lot quicker than normal. So, those are the fissures, that's platinum. Okay, let's see if we can get something from the displacement missiles. Because again, those will not be usable after the fact. Now because this one is not rotating, this is an almost ideal rock. Okay, that's used up. So with the subsurface displacement, don't try and aim the reticule directly at where the target is. It will miss. That's a mistake I made for ages till I figured that out. And it was getting very frustrating. Right. So we have a surface deposit of panite, so we will take that as well. Right, so now it's time to start looking at fissures. So high, low. So we got 3 lows to play with. So high charge into the first low. Yeah, you do. You have to do all the rest of the mining before you blow a core.
Detonation sequence initiated.
Right, so now we want an average. Let's try another high. Okay, and now we want a high. And let's try a low. One more.
Collector limpet expired.
Okay, we'll put this into an average. There we go. Well, Jackie B, it depends what else is in the rock. A lot of things like void opals, you just go straight for the core because there are no void opals on the surface. You can't get void opals from your mining laser. But for panite mining, you use the mining laser first, then you do the other things, and then finally you blow the core. Yay! So if you've just been finding void opals up till now, you've been doing it fine.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
Yeah?
Programming limpet drone.
Yeah, there's merit to that. I think I did some experiments. Yeah, definitely a big kaboom.
Programming limpet drone.
I did some experiments when void opal mining first came out, and you are absolutely correct, Zerg. Panite mining, even in has-reses where you get increased yields, was not equal in void mining. It was not too far off, but it didn't equal it. And of course, in a has-res, it's a lot more dangerous. Right, let's start using the abrasion blaster. But double panite hotspots change things a bit. Of course, when multiple abrasion blasters meant multiple fragments, then nothing could beat void opals. But FDev did patch that one, so... I do like core mining though, it is a lot of fun. I agree. I've always liked... Sometimes mining is just a chill activity. It's a bit more fun these days, which is good. And I do enjoy it. Not the only thing I do by a long way. If you do enjoy the mining, if you go to the Elite Reddit, and I know the Elite Reddit is not always the... but it can be a bit of a toxic environment at times, but you will find the links off the Elite Reddit to the subreddits, and there is a mining subreddit, and if you want to seriously get into mining, that is a good place to hang out, because it's a very well maintained Reddit, really not that toxic at all. It's pretty clean actually for Reddit, but there's a lot of really good people there who really know their stuff. They're the ones who been doing all the exploration for double panite hotspots and figuring out what the most profitable ways of doing things are. So if you like mining, look it up. Yeah. It's elite miners basically, and they're a good bunch. There's also a Discord group, I think it's the Interstellar Mining Union. You'll find them on the subreddit because they are the people who basically run the subreddit, I believe. That's a good Discord to hang out in. If you're really into your mining. Because it's things like they've worked out all the suns for panite mining into various types of res zones, how the richness of the fragments varies, how the quantity of fragments varies, so you get an approximate yield. Because before core mining, your most profitable mining was panite in places like has-reses or high-reses. And we've got it all. So that's a core. And that core has netted us 21 tons. And we've got one more chunk to come. Ask questions in streams, Jackie B. That's the best piece of advice I can give you. Come onto Twitch streams, Elite Dangerous, and ask lots and lots of questions. Community, particularly on Twitch, is very friendly, and they're happy to answer people's questions. Right. Let's see what else is out here. So I will go on till 6:30, and it probably feels appropriate at that point to raid Colo, and I will call it a night. An indication that we have another bright
Cargo
one.
scoop retracted.
The other thing about the pulse wave scanner is it acts as a kind of cheap night vision. But I wouldn't suggest trying to fly FA off through an asteroid field at night. Got another bright one up there. Let's risk a bit of a boost.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Right.
Programming limpet drone.
Not thinking that one's got a core, but I could be wrong. We'll see.
Prospector limpet engaged.
52% panite, so no core, but
Asteroid scan complete.
looks like some subsurface as well. Biggest ship, the cutter, which is probably the biggest ship in the game. Almost any ship can have tri-mining, and any of the big ships will be fine for it. If you're looking below 100 million credits, T9. Massive amount of cargo, and it can be used as a miner. I'm not sure I'd want to be flying around an asteroid belt at night in a T9. The Anaconda's more manoeuvrable.
Asteroid depleted.
Right, so we have got 2 panite subsurface deposits. Let's try and do these as well then. Yikes, a lot. You're looking at around 200 million for the ship, and probably triple that to outfit it. But as a miner, maybe double it and you'll get a passable miner. Of course, with all the money you can make from this sort of mining, that's much more doable these days. I'm getting better with these missiles. Type 7 can work. The only problem with a Type 7 is I don't think it's got any Type 2 hard points, which means it can't carry seismic charges. However, double Panite hotspot, you might just want to use mining lasers. Missed. In which case, not being able to carry seismic charges is not an issue at all. So a Type 7 would work fine for that. What have we got? I want to try heading towards our reference point.
Cargo scoop retracted.
Something right just there.
Deployed.
With lots of nice black lines. And turning into black spots. Type 9, T9 would be a good sub 100 million mining ship because it carries an enormous amount of cargo. More cargo than this Anaconda carries.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged.
No core. Only 10% Panite. Not interested.
Asteroid scan complete.
Yeah, the degree of glow on these rocks is dependent on the features. And it's quite possible for a rock that does not have a core to glow brightly if it's got lots of other features. Ooh. We have another candidate. Smaller rock in front of another one just ahead of us. Some nice black lines forming there, it's particularly bright. That's worth a look. Yeah, it's starting to turn into black spots.
Failed.
It's usually a good sign.
Prospector limpet engaged.
This time it's a disappointment. That's a shame. See what's in this one.
Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged.
Nothing much.
Cargo scoop retracted.
Yeah, I'm not expecting this one to have a core.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet engaged.
Only 10% power.
Asteroid scan complete.
Ooh, we've got a couple of bright ones over there. shot that.
Programming limpet drone.
This is true, Zerg. The problem you might have with the T9 is pirates. It's not exactly a ship that's built for any kind of combat.
Engaged.
Something like the Anaconda or Cutter, even if it doesn't carry much in the way of weapons, its shields would be much better. But you are not wrong, Zerg.
Cargo scoop retracted.
Just keeping an eye on the time. Now this looks like it could be a good candidate.
Programming limpet drone. Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet failed. Cargo scoop deployed. Prospector limpet engaged.
Well, it's still 53%.
Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
So all the deposits should be finite. 3 subsurface.
Asteroid depleted.
So reticule on it and raise it so it's almost touching that little T pylon on the nose. No, that doesn't get it. There we go. Seem to get 2 chunks out of these. Ooh, it's disappeared. We might get a third. Okay. Nice subsonic. Worth at least 10 million in the right port. Okay. I'm getting 3 out of these subsurface deposits rather than the 2 I was before, which is kind of cool. Ah! Impatient. Yeah, that is kind of cool. When you go into the middle of a core you've just blown up and your temperature drops. That is, yeah, that is very cool. Almost too soon. Yeah, I mean, I imagine you could hide in the core of in a blowing core of an ice asteroid from pirates, and they might well not be able to find you. Right, just keeping an eye on Kielo's stream. It's currently offline still. Okay. Right, let's see if we can't maybe get one more before I call it a night. Okay. Well, at least initially this one looks promising. Less promising now. But because of where we are, I don't have to worry about cores. 5% can I? Not going to bother with that. See the glow reflecting there from off the other rock.
Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged.
54%. That ain't bad.
Asteroid scan complete.
And we got more than one surface deposit there. So we'll finish with the mining lasers and then we'll worry about the surface deposits.
Asteroid depleted.
So there's... Ah, one panite, two SilmarUK. Okay, which one's the panite? Yay. $100 tons. Cool. Okay. It's 6:30, so I'm going to bring things to close there on the stream. I will next be streaming. Okay. So this week's going to be a little bit unusual. Tuesday night, I think I am going to stream Elder Scrolls Online because the new expansion goes into early access, and that's going to get me back into Elder Scrolls Online. I may as well try streaming it and see how that goes. But I will, my normal weeknight streaming are Wednesdays and Thursdays. Should be 6:30. I will announce that on my Twitter. So that will help people keep up to date if you are interested in stopping by in the future. It will also be on the website SilmarUK.net. I have a calendar there which I just need to get back up to date. That'll tell you when all the streams are going to be. And what will probably be on Wednesday will probably be a split stream between Pathfinder Kingmaker and Elite Dangerous. Thursday will just be Elite Dangerous. So hopefully I will see folks at some point in the future, but what we are now going to do is I'm going to send you back over to Colo. And I hope you have a good evening, and I hope you found some of this to be useful. Oh. Yeah. Cool. So, no problem at all, Zerg. It's lovely to be here. I'm just going to exit to main menu from there. So, see you on Thursday, Zerg. Take care all, and we'll go over to Colo and raid her.